Of course, we're not going to want this listed in the player's journal right away, so we're going to hide it and make sure it's inactive. And I always hide quantity unless there's more than one of whatever it is we're doing. So I hit finish, and that's it. This is the third objective of the quest. And this pretty much concludes what we have to do for the quest to make this work. So we've done everything. We've set up the NPC 1, we've set up NPC 2, we've got the objectives all in here, and we're going to turn on special effects flag number 8 when the player uses this gem on the control panel. So we're going to finish this quest, hit quit, and be done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go over here to my items, blueprints, and open up the castle door quest. And what I'm doing here, I'm not going to drag it over because it's pretty simple stuff what I'm doing. I'm just changing the word ruby to locking gem, just so that it has a better name. And then we're going to start placing things around. So the first thing we're going to want to place is our commander. So I'm going to go over the creatures and go over to Quest NPC and look at the castle door, and I'm going to see Commander Joe. And again, Commander Joe's got the default appearance, and I'm not going to change that for this. Again, in a real world, you'll want to make sure you update the appearances of each NPC. So we're going to put him right there, and while I'm actually here, I'm going to place our control panel. So placeables under Legends Quest, Quest placeables, the castle door quest. I'm going to have this control panel, and I'm going to change this name to, instead of control D panel, which is the default, I'm just going to change it to control panel. So we'll select that and place it right here. So let's just get it kind of connected to this wall. So there's our control panel that we got to put that locking gem in. That has seemed to be confounding everybody. Nobody seems to know what's going on with it. And then we'll move over here and place our little prisoner, who's going to tell you all about what you have to do and the combination. Of course, he looks a lot like the commander, doesn't he? He's going to be standing right here behind these bars, and these guards are kind of guarding here. So that's our prisoner. And then we're going to want to come over here and put in the placeable where you're going to find the locking gem. So we're just going to toss that and go to our placeables and our pedestals that we used for the quest and throw that one down instead. So we're just going to make it line up a little bit kind of thing here. And you know, I just thought of something. I'm going to make this a little bit more, give it a little bit more flavor. And I'm going to do that by editing the quest. So I'm just firing up the quest plugin because I just thought of something I'd like to add here for flavor. And I'm going to edit this castle door here, quest, and I'm going to go to NPC2. Obtain the locking gem. I want more information for the player when he obtains the locking gem. So when you actually search that this placeable and get the locking, and you notice, see how it says locking gem here now because I've updated the name. I'm just going to say you find the locking gem. I'm just going to say you search around the pedestal and discover a secret compartment. Once you open it, you discover the locking gem. And it's just flavor is all I really wanted to put in here. I just wanted to add a little bit more flavor in there because now that we can do that, we should make use of it. Okay, and that is it for the quest. Really, we could actually technically run this right now without any special effects, but it'd be kind of dull. You'd go over here, you'd talk to him, you'd come over here, you'd talk to the prisoner, you walk over here, you get the locking gem, and you come over here, use it, and finish it. But there's nothing else happens. We haven't thrown in any obstacles. Typically you would throw in some monsters to fight, just to make it a little bit more difficult. But there's no puzzles, there's no obstacles. The player would just open these gates. So one thing we're going to do is make it so that this becomes a little bit of an obstacle. We're going to throw in those levers and make the player have to open it to get the gates open, and we're going to have a nice big visual here of these big doors opening and stuff like that. So that's how we're going to put this together and make it just give it a little bit more flavor by using the special effects plugin. So the first thing we're going to do, the first part we're going to do is the this locked gate here. So I'm going to select this gate, And I'm going to make sure it's set to locked. Let's see, lock. Where are you, lock? There you are. So we're going to set it to locked, and I'm just going to give it a new tag. I'm just going to call it gate 1. So I've got this changed. I can show you what I'm doing here. So I've just changed this tag to gate 1, and I've got the thing locked with, and we'll just, yeah, we'll leave it like that. You know, maybe a rogue could pick it or something like that, which we kind of need, but that's okay. Actually, I probably won't even do that. Make it so you have to do it the quest way. So we'll set that like that. Now we have to do our combination lock, which we said was going to be 2, 3, 5, and 7. So over in our blueprints, something included with the plugin will help us do this. We will have under special effects this ground lever. So this is a special ground lever with, you know, the appropriate variables and scripts already put on it for us. So all we need to do is place them. So we're going to put down, use these as our kind of our combination lock kind of thing. So I'm going to put down 7 of them. I'm going to put them all right next to each other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the way this is going to work is, in order for you to unlock this gate, you're going to have 2, 3, 5, and 7 thrown. And the rest have to be off. Like, they have to be off. If you throw them all, this is not going to work. And that's one of the tricks with this. This is one of the differences in where we're going to look at something new. So what we do is, how to do this is we're going to set a flag, a different flag, depending on which one of these are thrown. And we're going to start with this one. And we'll fire up the special effects plugin on it. And we'll go File, Set Flags On, Placeable Instance. And if this lever is thrown, we're going to set the flag 1. Now, something new that we're going to do here is we're going to select this Allow Toggle checkbox. Now, what this means is that when the player throws this lever, flag 1 gets turned on. Okay? And because we have this Allow Toggle, if the player throws this again into the original position, flag 1 gets turned off. So it acts like a switch. This one will be on-off because of this Allow Toggle. So the player can come along, turn this on, turn this off, kind of thing. And we're going to use all these together to try and create a combination. So we'll finish this one. I'm just going to move this here. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. It'd be easier just to do this. And then select File, Set Flags On, Placeable Instance. Now this one is going to be flag 2 with Allow Toggle. And this one is going to be flag 3. Placeable Instance. Flag 3 gets set when this one is thrown. And flag 4 gets set when this one is thrown. Flag 5 gets set when this one is thrown. Flag 6 is set when this one is thrown. And flag 7 is set when this one is thrown. And now you know why I set that other one to flag 8. Because I knew ahead of time we were going to have 7 levers for this area, and they were going to each use a flag. So I knew the 8th one was going to be the next available one for when we put the locking gem in the pedestal. So that's why I had that one set to flag 8. So that's that. We have these 7 levers now that act as toggles, and the player will come along and have to get the right combination. So how do we do that part? Well, that's kind of easy. We're going to go into the Legends Quest Special Effects Waypoints and grab ourselves a Mr. SE Man, a Special Effects Manager waypoint, and lay it next to these guys. And we're going to fire up our Special Effects plugin on it. And we're going to select File, Special Effects. So here we are, and our goal here is this guy is going to be used to unlock this door for us, and let the player know that they've successfully unlocked it. However, we need to make sure that the right combination is entered, and we said that when the combination was going to be number 2, 3, 5, and 7. When these levers are thrown, when these flags are set, the door is going to get unlocked. However, We don't want it so that if the player throws them all, you know, the door will still get locked, because right now if we left it like this and a player comes along and throws every one of these, yes, flag 2 will be on, yes, flag 3 will be on, yes, flag 5 will be on, and yes, flag 7 will be on. So will the other ones, but you know, the special effects plugin doesn't care about the other ones. It only cares about the ones that you've told it. So what we have to do is make sure we use this section here. This special reaction is not going to occur unless these flags are on and these flags are off. So we want to make sure that we select flag 1, flag 4, and flag 6. So with this arrangement here, the only way the reactions that we add for these flags are going to fire, or going to go off, is if these flags are on and these flags are off. So the player must get these levers in the right positions or it just will not work. So when these flags are in these positions though, what will happen? Well, the first thing that's going to happen, of course, is we're going to unlock a door. So we're going to set a lock state on an object, so we can select a placeable or door, and in this case it's a door, and we said the tag was going to be gate 1. The lock state we want it to be in is unlocked, and we want it to happen right away. So as soon as the players get the right combination, we're going to unlock gate 1. So we'll add that. The second thing we're going to have happen when these same ones are listed is we're going to display an info box. And we're going to need an SE helper tag, so I don't have one of those, so I'm going to just throw it on gate 1 because it is an object that we can interact with. Now when we're displaying an info box, the SE helper tag, as we discussed in the previous video, is the center of the radius of who is going to get this information message. So basically a few meters away from whatever we put in here, this information message is going to pop on those players' screens. So obviously, you know, the guy who's actually throwing the levers is going to be right next to this gate 1, is going to see it. But you know, anybody else that might happen to be next to him or, you know, helping him on the quest, they will also see this information box as well. Normally, if there's no placeable object nearby for whatever reason, because this special effect doesn't incorporate one or doesn't need one for whatever reason, then we would actually have to use our special effects helper object that we've used before, the little object that kind of looks like a waypoint but not is a waypoint, it's a placeable. So we would use one of those instead. But in this particular case, we do have an object that we can attach this to, and that's that gate. The gate 1 itself. So the info text that we're going to use here is we're just going to say something like you hear a loud click. That's the text that we'll see on the message. And then after throwing the final lever, you hear a loud click from the gate. It appears to be unlocked. So this is basically just to throw some information at the player to let them know, hey, you've just got the combination, you're successful, yay. So that's all that does. Add. Now finally, again, you know, in maybe a single player game this could be enough, but in a persistent world we really want to reset this. We want these levers to go back to their original positions, and we want that gate to get closed and relocked again for the next party that might want to come along and do this quest. We don't make it too easy for them. Just, you know, the first guy that comes along and unlocks this door is open for everybody. So let's make it so that this thing will reset itself. So what we'll do is we'll select our special reset all effects and flags, and we'll do this 120 seconds after the first player, you know, opens it. So once this gets open, 2 minutes later, it all gets reset, and you know, this thing will lock again. Hopefully you won't be still in there 2 minutes afterward. If you think a player might still be in there behind the gate 2 minutes later, you might want to increase this to something longer, but 2 minutes should be good enough for our example. So when this thing resets, what's going to happen is all of these levers are going to get set back to their original states. This gate here is going to get closed, and it's going to get relocked again, ready for the next player. And that's it for this section. Now all we need is one more piece, and that's here. We want a special effect that says when flag 8, if you remember from the quest, when flag 8 gets set, unlock and open these big doors. So let's grab ourselves another special effects manager, and I'm going to give him a unique tag just so that there's no conflicts between the two SE managers in the area. And we're going to want to give this door, you know, a nice tag that we're going to grab, and I'm just going to call it Big Door 1. And that's it. All we have to do now is configure this special effects helper. You'll notice we don't need any placeables or anything like that in this area to actually set flag 8 on, because the quest plugin will do that for us from this control panel. When the player inserts the locking gem, the quest plugin will actually set the flag for us. So all we have to do is fire up the special effects plugin, go File, Special Effects, and what do we want to have happen when flag 8 is on. First thing we're going to have happen is the same thing as the previous one. We're going to set a lock state, but this one's going to be on Big Door 1, spell that right, and we're going to set it to unlocked, and that's going to happen right away. And then we're going to have an open close reaction on Big Door 1, and it's going to go opened. Now we're going to delay this 1 second because we want to give the thing a chance to actually unlock itself. So it's going to unlock itself, and then a second later it's going to actually open. So we're going to hit add. Now you may be thinking right away, well, maybe I should put in an info message here about this door opening. Yeah, normally that would be a good idea. However, in this particular case, we don't need it. And the reason is because the Quest plugin is going to do that for us. We've already configured that in the Quest plugin. We've put some information in there about inserting a locking gem and a great door shutter and creak, and they open. So we're already going to see that, and the screen is going to shake too. The Quest plugin, we configured all that in the Quest plugin. Yes, we could do that here too. You have your choice. I could have left all of that out of the Quest plugin when we were creating the Quest, and I could have put a visual effect in here for the screen shake, and I could have put an info box here for the message, but you know, it's your choice. You do one or the other. It doesn't really matter. So we've got it already done. We've done it for the Quest in the Quest plugin, so we don't need to do it here. However, we do want to reset everything after it's all complete. So we're going to say, 300 seconds later. That gives them 5 minutes. The player's 5 minutes to finish his quest and walk away, and then these big doors will get relocked and they'll get closed, and everything will be reset again, and flag 8 will be turned off. So we're going to reset everything after 5 minutes. Finish. And that's it. We're done. We're going to give this a whirl now, and because this has an actual Legends quest and it is using the database backend, I do have to publish this up to a server and try it out. So I'm going to do that now off camera, and we'll go in game and try it out and see how it works. So we'll see you back in there in a minute. Okay, so here we are in logged in here, and we're just going to first talk to Commander Joe. He's just standing here. And of course the Castor, you there, adventurer, and you know, all the text that we kind of put in there, and where he wants us to go and speak with the prisoner. So we'll accept that and head on over where we know our prisoner is. And just to confirm, you know, this control panel doesn't do anything right now, and the big doors are currently locked. Yep, can't get in. So we'll run over to our prison area. Where our guards are standing. And our prisoner. And of course he doesn't really want to, you know, talk. You want me to tell you how to open the doors? Don't think so. Just because I've been captured doesn't mean I'm going to become a traitor. So we can be diplomatic. We can try intimidating, or we can just bribe him. I'm not sure what my... And of course I'm using a level 9 character here, so I don't even know. Oh, I've got really bad diplomacy. My intimidate isn't even that great. I'll try and intimidate the guy. Oh, I was successful though. Good, I rolled a 15. So fine, I'll talk. You will need to get the locking gem from the other rampart near here. It's protected by the gate with a lock. You'll need to open it by using combination 2, 3, 5, and 7. You're on your own now. So we've got the combination, and we'll go and try and get the locking gem. which is over here on the other rampart, and our locked door, our locked gate. So we're going to need this. And of course we have to kind of figure out, I guess, that these switches are in order, starting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll, what I'm going to do, just for example's sake, I'm just going to throw switch 1 here. And I'm going to switch, and then I'm going to throw the rest in the combination correctly. So it's 2, 3, 5, and 7. And of course, no love, the door is still locked. Of course, our combination is wrong because we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 here. So I'm going to fix number 1 and put him back in his off position. So we'll do that, and I hear a loud click. After throwing the final lever, you hear a loud click from the gate, and it appears to be unlocked. And that it does. We'll go over here and open the gate with our combination. So we get in here and we see our pedestal, so we're going to sneak around, check the pedestal, see what we can find. And lo and behold, we found the locking gem. And our objectives are updated. You search around the pedestal and discover a secret compartment. Once you open it, you discover the locking gem. So we're done that. Found our locking gem, and our journals are updated, of course. If we have a look at the castle door, we'll see that our journal now says use the gem on control. I forgot to actually show what it said before that, but before we actually got the gem, it said obtain the gem, but now it says use the gem on the control panel. So again, we're still going to see the prisoner's message where the combination is, because technically he's still our current NPC. And where he gave us a combination. So we're mostly interested in what our objective is now, and that's use the gem, of course, because we have it. Now, if we remember, we set this special effects helper to reset after 2 minutes. So I just like to demonstrate, and I may fast forward this when I'm editing the video. I'm not sure. We'll see how long it takes, but I want to sit here and actually show what happens when the 2-minute timer is up, and how these are supposed to get reset, and what happens to our gate here. And again, you want to be careful when you're designing stuff like this, that you don't necessarily, you may want to have another way out in case the players get stuck in here, or they may have to cry for help for someone to unlock the door if they get stuck in here. So you might want to make sure you set the timer long enough, and there you go. So 2 minutes went by, and all the switches, all the levers went back. The door got closed, and again it got relocked, so the entire thing was reset. So now we've got our gem, so we'll head on back to the control panel, where we'll need to insert this locking gem. So we'll head back in, and hopefully this will unlock this big door for us, and the castle siege can continue. Now in this one, remember, our special effect was flag 8. We're unlocking it and opening it, so we'll put our gem in here, and our quest plugin should do some special effects, and then the special effects system or plugin should do the rest. So there's our shake, and the doors unlock and open up. We get our objectives updated. Door creaks open upon inserting locking gem into the controls. The great doors shudder and creak. A loud click can be heard, and slowly they swing open. So the doors are open. Our journal was updated. We can see now that we've got the door open, we can go back, speak to the commander. His quest icon is lit up for us, so we'll go talk to him, and he's like, by the gods, you've done it. Here, take this as a reward for your work. We'll have this castle taken in no time. Of course, I forgot to actually give gold. I didn't forget. I just kind of confused myself. I said I wasn't going to give gold, but maybe I should have for the text to match up. But we finished the quest now. You'll notice the experience gain here, 12 and 3. That's simply because I'm such a high level, and this was set to a first level quest. So, and it's getting quite dark. I think I'll just do this. But as you can see, the doors are open, and now we can all go in here if we want and continue our adventure or do whatever it is we need to do. But this is how you can actually put together a small quest using the special effects plugin along with it. So what we're going to do next in the next series of videos is we're going to create a larger adventure One where we could have a couple of different solutions to, where we can go one way or the other, make some choices in the quest, and we'll see a lot more use of the special effects plugin. We'll do some summonings and some spawnings, and do something similar to what we did in the last special effects video where we summoned in a demon kind of thing. So we'll do a bunch of that, and maybe we'll do it in multiplayer. I'll probably get Raven to help me out with that one, and make it a little bit bigger of an adventure, just to show what other kinds of things you can do with the new advanced options and the special effects helper, and just to make it a little bit more complex and show you some of the things that you can do. So I'll be doing that video over the next couple of days, and hopefully I should have it posted soon, and we'll take it from there and see you back in game and the tool set.